Okay, so this is my Ergogenic AIDS screencast. So, the introduction. Ergogenic aids can help physiologically, psychologically. They can help with training, and they can also help with recovery. So, ergogenic aids are aids that can help all of these four areas. Uh, Athletes would use these if they are legal in their sport to help gain an edge over other competitors. Um, and through the presentation, I will go through examples and what's banned and what's not banned. So first of all, the key organisations. So WADA stands for World Anti-Doping Agency, um, and their target is a world where all athletes can compete in a doping, drug-free sporting environment. Their logo has a black background to encourage neutral and is also a world-renowned colour of referees. The slogan of WADA is to play true, and this represents the company's core values. So they engage with their athletes uh, and all those involved in sport on the world stage through WADA's athlete outreach program and aims to raise awareness while ensuring athletes are involved and part of the solution. So we've got the International Olympics Committee. The committee was formed in 1982, 1892 to change the way Olympic Games were run and to ensure all fair play. Their main aim is to fight against doping and promote sports ethics and fair play, to encourage and support the promotion of ethics in sport as well as education of youth through sport, and to dedicate its efforts to ensuring that in sport the spirit of fair play prevails and violence is banned. So UK is uh, England's national governing body. So UK Anti-Doping, so otherwise known as UCAD, is the national organisation dedicated to protecting a culture of clean sport. Uh, UCAD is responsible for ensuring sports bodies in the UK are compliant with World Anti-Doping Code, and it coordinates with the UK's intelligence-led risk-based testing programme across more than 40 sports. So ergogenic aids, so ergogenic aids can be pharmaceutical, physiological, mechanical, psychological, or nutritional. So these are just a few visual examples of ergogenic aids. So we've got the nutritional one at the front, then we've got the mechanical, which can be compression wear, uh, running spokes, and then we've also got pharmaceutical, so um, caffeine or stimulants like caffeine. So I'm now going to explain 6 ergogenic aids and uh, what it is, who uses it, positive and negative effects. So starting off with anabolic steroids. So anabolic steroids are a synthetic steroid hormone which resembles testosterone in promoting the growth of muscle. This therefore speeds up recovery rate, and athletes can train harder and more intense whilst keeping the frequency due to the increased recovery time. Many athletes have used steroids in the past, some legally and some illegally. In sports such as bodybuilding, steroids are deemed legal unless competing in a natural category, which means that they are allowed to take them. Competitors such as Phil Heath, Kai Green, and Dexter Jackson all take steroids legally. However, in most sports, uh, most commonly 100-meter sprint, where the athlete has to have big explosive, fast glycolytic muscle fiber types, are not permitted to use anabolic steroids. Athletes such as Dwayne Chambers have been accused of taking steroids, and this has led to him being banned by the athletics governing body, the IAAF. So positive effects of steroids are They're well known for helping speeding up recovery time, which allows you to train harder and more frequently. The biggest misconception with steroids is that they build muscle, which is false. They actually allow you to speed up recovery time, which means they can therefore build up the body and muscles by training more regularly and more frequently. Uh, However, the negative effects are it can lead to kidney disease, liver disease, and increased aggression and irritability. This can lead to other factors such as not agreeing with officials' decisions and mood swings, abusing steroids, and the three most common ways to abuse steroids are stacking, cycling, and pyramiding. Next is compression. So, what is compression? So compression wear is a tight-fitting piece of clothing, such as tights, tops, and socks. They are made from a stretch-fit spandex, which also fits the body tightly. Its main role is to keep the muscles warm during warm-up or during the sport, in sports which allow it, and they help prevent injury by giving extra support. So who uses it? Sports permitting compression wear, so you'll find that in a lot of American football they'll use it. Over here in England, playing football, you'll see a lot of footballers wearing the tops, although I think that the leggings are banned. But a lot of the tops are used during competitions such as football, rugby, and athletics. So the positive effects of compression is clothing that it helps increase blood flow to working muscles and also help getting rid of lactic acid. It also helps to reduce the effects of delayed onset muscle soreness, which is key because if the athlete can train more frequent, then they're going to have better results and better training, and increase the production of muscle pair, which also relates to having better training and therefore better results. Negative effects of compression wear is that could be uncomfortable for some athletes if they're playing for a long time. So it could like chafe, I suppose. Um, and also when it is hot, athletes may not like to use it because it's almost having an insulating layer. So the third ergogenic aid is caffeine. So caffeine is a central nervous system stimulant. It works by stimulating the brain, making the brain more alert and more reactive. So some athletes call it the performance enhancing drug of choice in competitive sports. So who uses it? Olympic athletes such as swimmers, runners, and heptathletes use it, although it was once limited by the Olympic officials. However, since 2004, athletes have been able to supplement with it. Caffeine is a potent substance commonly used in weightlifting, so that all the competitor is focused on is lifting the biggest weight possible from A to B. So positive effects of caffeine, it can relieve post-workout muscle soreness by up to 48%, which is huge if you have a grueling training regime. So it means that you can train harder and therefore get better results. It can increase stamina during exercise, improve reaction time, and can prevent weight gain. Although negative effects of it are increased blood pressure, insomnia if taken near hours of sleep, headaches or migraines if consumed too much, and an increase in sugary beverages. The fourth and one of the most researched ergogenic aids in the last 10 years is protein. So, protein supplementation. Protein is a macronutrient and plays a role in producing and making body tissue, such as and muscle hair and nails. So not muscle hair, but muscle and hair. So who uses it? Many athletes use protein supplements from bodybuilders, rugby players, and heptathletes. Protein shakes help aid recovery and rebuild muscle tissue. Protein supplementation has become a huge business industry within the last 10 years, and it is at its highest since it has started. Protein supplements are a great way of reaching your protein goals without the extra fat or carbohydrate. Protein in powder form is more readily available to the body and can be absorbed quicker to maximize recovery. This can benefit athletes such as heptathletes and strongmen when when they have numerous events each day consisting over a couple of days. So the positives of it, there are many positives of protein. Just one serving of 30 grams of protein can start at a cost of 30p, so it's readily available and cheap. This means it's affordable at elite level and also at amateur level. The protein is digested quicker to enhance recovery, which is therefore easily transported, and can range from many flavors and also different forms such as shakes, cookies, bars, and even protein water. The negative effects of protein is that if companies do not screen their products, then there could be substances in the powder or supplement that is banned. This could therefore lead to the athlete getting banned or disqualified. This matters especially in heptathlon, where the governing bodies and associations are strict on substances and have to abide by the rules for every athlete. Moving on to music. So music is, we all know what music is, it's a vocal or instrumental sound which is done in such a way to produce an expression of motion. Music is legal, although there has to be a time and a place for it in individual sport. So you would not use music when walking out onto a rugby field, but then you could use music when walking out to start a 100-meter race to get yourself psyched up. All athletes use music, whether it be on the coach, in the changing rooms, or even walking out to the race. So swimmers and heptathletes, when warming up and getting out of the blocks or getting changed by poolside, normally listen to music. The positive effects, it can act as a mood booster, uh, and also there have been studies which shown your heart mimics the beat of music. This means that an athlete can listen to higher beat music, and plus warming up, it will help that athlete warm up. Although negative effects, the crowd or supporters could feel demoralised if you are too busy listening to music instead of hearing the crowd and getting a feel for the atmosphere. Also, if you're in a changing room listening to music, you could miss demands by the coach or captain, and then the team would lose their trust in you because they keep having to tell you to take your headphones off. And lastly, HGH. So, what is HGH? It is a chemical produced in the pituitary gland, and it spurs growth in children and adolescents. It helps to regulate body composition, body fluids, muscle and bone growth, sugar and fat metabolism, and also possibly heart function. So many athletes have used HGH for its recovery purposes, the same as anabolic steroids. Sports such as heptathlon and NFL ban HGH. However, in NFL, the substance is banned, however, not tested for. In sports such as bodybuilding, HGH is legal and not tested for, meaning that athletes can train at a higher intensity and train harder by an increased frequency and intensity. Positive effects: it increase muscle strength, enhance weight loss, reduce cardiovascular disease risk, better mood, cognitive function, and improve sleep. Although negative effects are depression or anxiety, hair loss, decreased libido, decreased muscle mass, and also fatigue if consumed in unregulated amounts. So that was my ergogenic aids presentation.